to lane closures on the George Washington Bridge last fall. The Bergen Record obtained emails sent from Governor Christie's deputy chief of staff to a Christie appointee at the Port Authority. And the department in charge of the most traveled bridge of the world is the Port Authority. Well, in this email sent on August 13th, just weeks before the lane closures, it reads, "Time for some traffic problems in Fort Lee," to which the Port Authority appointee responds, "Got it." Joining me now is NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray. So Mark, what more can you tell us about these revelations, especially because we've had the repeated denials by Governor Christie that he or his office had any involvement in the lane closures there. They said that it was part of a traffic study by the Port Authority. However, there are people saying that this was political payback because the Democratic mayor of that town did not endorse Christie.
And Thomas, I think that's the biggest revelation here, that it counters the Christie denial that this had anything to do with politics, anything to do with political payback. You have it in email form that Christie's deputy chief of staff says, well, now it's time to have some traffic problems in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And the top Christie aide, or one of the top Christie aides at the Port Authority, saying, "Got it." There's some other revelations where this Port Authority aide ends up having some text messages and essentially also that there might be politics involved, saying that they might feel sorry for some of the kids who are stuck in traffic. But after all, these are the children of Barbara Buono voters, and Buono happened to be the person that Christie ran against and defeated in last year's gubernatorial election.
So I just want to point out to everybody, we have reached out to Governor Christie's office for a comment on this. We have not heard back yet. Obviously, if we get that comment, we are glad to get it on the air as quickly as possible right here on MSNBC. But Mark, how much effect does this shape the rumors and the chance of a campaign for Chris Christie in 2016? Again, because of the fact that he has tried to distance himself from any connection to this with very explicit denials.
Well, it's important to note that 2016 is still 2 years away, and as quickly as our news cycles move, Thomas, that's an eternity in American politics. But it does potentially hurt Chris Christie in two ways. One, it goes at the credibility. He had been denying that politics played any type of role. It seems these emails show that people linked to the highest levels of his administration were playing politics here. And then also, Chris Christie ends up having the reputation, fair or not, as being somebody who's tough on his enemies. There have often been the charges of being a bully, fair or unfair, and this kind of ends up furthering that. I think it's really important to hear what we're eventually going to hear from Chris Christie. He apparently canceled his one event today, but it'll be interesting to see if he addresses this today or tomorrow or in the following days and be able to answer people's questions that they have about this in light of these newly released emails.
Okay, NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray. Mark, great to see you, sir. Thanks for joining me.